in Vegas, the very best players in 9-ball are competing for one of the sport's greatest prizes, the US Open. It's the standout feature in the sports calendar, and for the first time, it's being staged in Las Vegas. Over 250 players started out on this journey. A 3-day double elimination has proved brutal, and we are now in the straight knockout phase of the competition. Our players have survived the double elimination stage. 256 players have been reduced to just 16. 8 of those players have come from the winner's bracket, which means they are undefeated. The other 8 have come through the tougher route, having lost at least one match. This is now the knockout stage. It's a race to 11 with the winner breaking and a 40-second shot clock. We're now 3 matches into the round of the last 16, and the big news here in Vegas is that Jason Shaw, the defending champion, is out. He fell to the world number 1 Joshua Filler. The German is the first man into the quarterfinals. He'll face Francisco Sanchez Ruiz, who beat the talented Ko Ping Chung by the same scoreline as Filler. In a field dominated by players from the Far East, Ruiz and Filler are rare examples of European success in this tournament. Players from the Philippines have always performed well in 9-ball's major tournaments. Jeffrey De Luna is maintaining that tradition, dispatching England's Imran Majid in a tightly contested match. 11-9 the scoreline, De Luna to face the winner of our next match. And that match between Pagulayan and Yapp opened with a break from Pagulayan, the man who now represents Canada but hails from the Philippines. He ran the rack out to take the lead. In the second, the break proved less successful. It wasn't dry, but it left the 2-ball in an awkward position. Pagulayan opted for safety, but his shot fell short, and Yapp stepped up to clear and level the match. The third was a formality, with a break and run out for Yapp, who took the lead. In the fourth, Yapp rode his luck, the 1-ball eventually dropping, but his luck ran out, and a failed safety let Pagulayan back to the table to level the match. This is now the fifth. Commentary from Michael McMullen and Carl Boyce.
Yeah, that's a nice break, isn't it? We've seen this break over the last 3 days in the double elimination rounds. Cue ball coming exactly to the side rail. And it's giving this opportunity. Made the 1-ball in the side. That's intended from Alex.
Born in the Philippines, moved to Canada with his family when he was 13 years of age and was raised in Toronto. And he did move back to the Philippines, but he's very much a citizen of the globe. He was asked once where he lived, and he said, "Out of my suitcase."
Yeah, the big shot in this rack is going to be from the green 6 to the brown 7. Of course, the brown 7 will go up into the top right pocket, so it will be a case of just getting a nice angle on the 6 and floating across. Now the 8-ball is close to the pocket as well, but I'm not sure if you'd be playing on the combination from the 7. This needs to slow down. This is way over hit. So he might have to play the combo, because I think he's going to play the bank into the pocket where the 8-ball is.
That's what he was trying to do.
So now he's got distance. He's got distance for this combo, so he's just got to hit the rail and the 8 at a similar time here. And that was the problem. He hit the 8 ball too full, and this was all caused from the bad positional shot on the 5.
Yeah, if you gradually slip further and further out of position, it catches up with you, generally quite quickly. And so we may just have seen the first big moment in this match. This was a chance for Pagulayan to regain the lead at 3-2. Passed it up. And Yapp, who looks remarkably composed and comfortable with the setting and the scale of the opposition, leads again at 3-2.
Number 6. Current score is 3-2 in favor of Mr. Yapp. Mr. Yapp is breaking.
So I'm intrigued to see the Yapp break again. I want to see where he's going with this cue ball. Cue ball's close to the scratch, but it stayed dry, so he's putting loads of spin on it and trying to make the wing ball, sorry, so both players opting to break a little bit different. Both are very effective. Now he does have a shot at this 2 ball down the long rail into this bottom pocket. 3 balls in the middle of the table, so he's got plenty of options for positional shots. Well, I tell you what, Michael, he's pulled out the shot there. He's completely pulled out the shot. That's what we call deceleration. He's not committed to the shot, and it has to be said, he's missed it by a long way.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen a ball missed by that margin at any stage of this US Open, and he walked away looking a bit puzzled with himself there.
Now I think Alex has got to play a cross bank into the bottom left pocket, because I don't think he can see all this 2 ball. Nice shot.
Seen it from every angle there. Whichever way you look at it, was a fine shot. It's left him very nicely on the 3.
And I think he's under it this a little bit. It's just bounced more than I thought, so he has got a thin snip on it. He'd like to another roll. Big ball in this shot though. He's going to be the black 8 ball. That's the ball he's got to try and avoid, so he needs to get the cue ball on the top rail on this shot.
Yeah, he sort of bundled that 3 into the middle a bit, didn't he? So he clearly didn't strike it as intended, but he's got away with it.
Speed looks perfect, and it is perfect, so good shot.
So for his big miss, Yapp looks like paying a big price.
Yeah, Alex has just got to make sure he doesn't underhit this shot. He's got to make sure he comes back over. Just don't leave this short. Yeah, that's not too bad. Might have to play off 2 rails here. I'm not sure if he can hold it off the 1. Whenever the 8 ball's going into the pocket from this type of angle, it plays a lot bigger, of course. There you see the second rail bouncing up. Perfect position. It's going to be 3-3.
Yeah, it all goes back to that dreadful shot on the 2. Even Yapp looked puzzled by it. And so they're back level again. Yapp 3, Pagulayan 3.
Welcome back to Las Vegas for the 2019 US Open. It's the opening stages of the knockout phase, and Alex Pagulayan is taking on Aloysuis Yapp for a place in the quarterfinals. It's all level after 6 racks, but in the 7th, the break was less than kind to Pagulayan. The 1 ball proved the issue, and after some safety play, it was Yapp who stepped up to clear and restore his lead. In the 8th, Yapp broke and looked to be on course to clear the table, but a mistake on the 4 gave Pagulayan ball in hand. Things looked like they were going to plan until the Canadian scratched off the 9 ball. The 9th produced yet more twists and turns. Yapp broke and again looked on course to take the rack, but another mistake. Another ball in hand, and this time a combination on the 4-9 gave Pagulayan the rack. This is now the 10th rack. Pagulayan to break. Commentary from Michael McMullen and Carl Boyce.
So Pagulayan is at the table at 5-4, probably thinking it was going to be 6-3, but nice break there, to be fair. Good solid hit on the 1 ball.
10 racks in and still not a dry break.
So if he goes to pop this 1 ball in the top sort of round pocket, it's thin, but you would think he could get it towards that pocket, wouldn't you? These type of shots, Michael, as you get a little bit older, just seem that little bit harder, don't they?
Well, he's 42 years of age now. Like all those of us who've reached that age, a few battle scars along the way.
So Yapp is back at the table. By no means was that an easy shot, don't get me wrong. So it's half a chance gone begging there from Pagulayan. So Yapp needs to forget about that poor mistake in the last rack, put it to the back of his mind, because he's back at the table with another good chance here. Just as I say that, loses the cue ball a little bit, doesn't it?
We saw it earlier. When Majid started making elementary mistakes, it seemed to get in his head a bit.
Yeah, I'm just wondering from the overhead camera there that we've got in our comm box, does this 2 ball pass? It doesn't, so he's playing to try and pocket the 4 ball, the pink 4 in the side. 2 ball is going near the top right hand pocket, so there could be a bit of a 2-way shot going on here. Well judged, set up the 2 ball nicely, so this is a glorious chance now.
Barry Hearn, the founder of Matchroom and still very much the main man there, is in the house. He's standing just at the back of the table. This is the first year Matchroom are promoting the US Open, and it's a whole new era. First time it's even been played outside of Virginia as we move to this new venue here, the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino. and Convention Center in Las Vegas.
So this is a little thin one from Yapp. Handles it well.
Well, you said he had to put the mistake from the previous rack out of his mind, Carl, and he's faced a couple of little difficulties in this rack, and the signs are he has put that out of his mind.
Yeah, you just get the feeling this match has got a lot more twists and turns before we get to see who wins this one.
It was important not to let Pagulayan get level, considering that only about 5 minutes ago it looked like Yapp was going to be 6-3 up. And he has got to 6, a little behind schedule, but it still gives him a bit of breathing space. And he's past the halfway point towards his target of 11. Aloysuis Yapp leads Alex Pagulayan by 6 racks to 4.
Yeah, so let's have a look at this break shot again. It's pretty good. One ball's going safe though on the side rail. So there's no obvious pot on here. Now you can see a wall of balls, bottom end of the table, kind of where the blue 2 is and the black 8, so the cue ball, he'll be trying to get in behind there. Possibly even a bank shot on the 1 as a 2-way into that top left corner. Didn't get into the cue ball though, so that's why he's not got the cue ball where he wanted, and Pagulayan can see this 1 ball.
Do you think he did play the bank shot there?
Yeah, sometimes you play a 2-way shot there where you try and play the bank and the safe, knowing that if you do get the bank, you would be on the 2. He just didn't get into the cue ball again, did he? It was a bit like when he missed that 2 ball before.
So maybe some signs he is starting to feel it a bit. He looked so
Please.
composed and at ease at the start.
This is where Pagulayan sort of comes in to his own for me. He's such a clever player. These couple of balls there, a bit of insurance in this rack as well, so right on cue there. I was just praising Alex and he played a bit of a shocker there, but as we know, the blue 2 is tied up. So he's potted the 1 and he's going to be playing safe, and he's landed in a good spot there for the safety. So he's going to be chipping off this edge of the blue 2 and getting the cue ball all the way back up table, leaving distance. So the poor safety shot from Pagulayan might not have cost him the rack just yet, but it's give Yapp the opportunity to get Pagulayan in a lot of trouble. So there's a gap in between these two balls. Needs to avoid the scratch. Wow.
We've
Hold the
seen a
clock,
few
please.
of those. We saw 2 and 1 rack earlier.
Start the clock, please.
That's such an acute angle to find, but he's found it, hasn't he? So Yapp has got ball in hand.
Well, he had a big chance to go 3 clear earlier, didn't take it. He's got another one here.
So he's got to play a nifty little positional shot here. And it has to be said, it's not his best shot, because this is a lot thinner than it should have been in right centre pocket. And the cue ball's got to come round and miss these, the pink 4 and the 8. And he's contacted the 8, but it's a useful nudge this time. It's actually turned out really well. So a little bit fortunate there for Yapp.
Yeah, but as you say, he couldn't have asked for that to turn out any better.
Yeah, but it has to be said, Alex Pagulayan has played 2 poor safety shots.
Yeah, I think Yapp has been at least the equal of him in the safety and tactical department in this match, which is perhaps a little surprising.
Yapp will know the importance of clearing the remainder of these balls, because it'll be the first time he's had a 3-rack lead.
Alex Pagulayan is a vastly experienced player, one of the most experienced in the world. But he's going to have to bring all that experience to bear now, because he's in trouble in this match. Yapp, as you say, Carl, goes 3 clear for the first time, and he's only 4 away from the quarter-finals now. He leads 7-4.
Welcome back to the 2019 US Open, and here in Vegas, a fascinating match between Alex Pagulayan and Aloysuis Yapp. After 11 racks, Yapp holds a lead, but the game has swung back and forth. Pagulayan suffering from missed pots and fouls, but overall little to choose between the two of them. In the 12th, Yapp added to his stats with a break and run out, taking the score to 8-4. In the 13th, the break deserted Yapp, who came up dry, allowing Pagulayan to step up and clear. He reduced the gap to 3, and this is now the 14th rack.
So what he's trying to do here is get the cue ball across the line. There you go, that's perfect. That often makes the 1 ball in the opposite side pocket. Whenever you sort of don't come parallel towards that line, it kind of messes the break up a little bit, so that was well done there from Alex. And as you can see, he's been rewarded with a good chance here. He's on this 2 ball. This is the game of 9 ball, Michael. This is why we love it. Twists and turns.
Yeah, we've seen some really fluent performances throughout, but I think this makes for better viewing in a way, because it has that air of unpredictability about it. And particularly over this fairly long format, race to 11, you get the chance to build a narrative. You have swings of several racks at a time. You can have fight backs, turnarounds. But Pagulayan is not happy here.
Yeah, he's not on the 4-ball, I don't think. He's not run through far enough. What a mistake this is. Now, can he play the jump shot, or will he swerve it a little bit? So he's playing the swerve, so cue ball's going to arc round this 9-ball. He's rescued it well. That was a huge moment in this match, and he knows it as he smiles to himself.
I'll go so far as to say that may have been the most significant shot of the match so far, because it was high risk.
Yeah, and you just feel it's getting to the point where he has to start notching these racks up to get back in this match. So he would have been furious if... Oh, where's the cue ball? He's all right. He's all right. No, he's fine. Heart will have been in his mouth there. Well, he's not making these too convincing, is he, Michael?
Well, he likes to be a crowd pleaser, doesn't he? Doesn't want to make it look too easy. But, you know, a lot of nerves and pressure, even for a player of his experience, when it gets to a situation like this. And you don't want to put your nerve to the test too often. It's a big rack, but there are bigger ones to come.
That's a nice shot there. You don't want to leave yourself a tricky 9 at this stage of the match, so good positional shot there.
And Alex Pagulayan's mini fight back continues. He was 8-4 down, but from there he's recovered. Off the back of Yapp's dry break, he's won 2 in a row and got back to 8-6.
Pagulayan to break. That lacked a bit of pace for me. It was a little bit too soft, but it's not the end of the world. He's not left a pot.
Yeah, it's his first dry break of the match. Yapp's only dry break was very costly for him. This may not be quite so.
Yeah, so I wonder... You see where he's pointing with his cue. He's just looking if he can kick at this 1-ball and then keep the cue ball kind of behind the blue 2 and send the yellow 1-ball down table. If he hits this correctly, this could work out very well for Yapp. So he didn't quite hit the yellow 1-ball as full as he'd like, but he's got a good 1-ball, so at this stage he'll be happy with that. He's got to just keep focused.
This crowd at the Mandalay Bay Resort Casino and Convention Center in Las Vegas becoming ever more engrossed in this match. It's a fantastic story, a young star on the rise against an experienced veteran.
There's the 9-ball. Oh, it was close, wasn't it? And the crowd knew it, Michael, didn't they?
That would have been a lovely bonus to win the rack there and then.
Now he has got the option of this bank shot. If he stops the cue ball, he will be on the blue 2. And you feel like this is a good chance for Yapp.
Extension, please.
I think he's got to attack this shot. I don't really see any value in playing safe here. The top players are very good at this type of bank shot. You're 8-6 up. Attack this table, Yapp, and he has done.
Oh! Oh! Well,
oh, that is
got there in the end.
That is horrible to see.
It's a smile, but it's a rueful smile from Pagulayan. And with the 2 over the pocket, this could end up really hurting the Canadian.
Yeah, as a player, I feel for Pagulayan. That really hurts. That.
Well, he can shrug it off if it happens in an early rack, but at a stage like this, it's hard to take.
Yeah, it's such a crucial rack, intended to bank into the side and fluke the 1. It's awful to see, but it's the past, and Yapp has got to capitalise.
He's not afraid of big-name opposition. I mentioned earlier his record in the World Cup. Well, last year, partnering with To Lian Han for Singapore, they got drawn against a strong US team of Shane Van Bonen and Skylar Woodward in the first round and pushed them really hard. Only lost 7-5 in the end.
I'll tell you what, he's landed just on a funny angle here, so this is not easy to get on the 5. He's got to hit this really hard, come round the table and avoid a load of balls. And I tell you what, if the pace is right, what a shot this is. Absolute perfect. Even got an angle on the 5.
We may just have seen Yapp's best shot of the whole match.
So the fluke 1 ball and the exhibition shot there, and it looks like Yapp is going to take advantage and extend his lead to 3.
Well, it was an important rack to win. Didn't want to let Pagulayan get back within 1. And the quarterfinals are in sight for Aloysuis Yapp. He's not on the hill yet, but that's where he'll be aiming to get in the next rack, and he'll have the break in it. He's 3 clear again. Aloysuis Yapp of Singapore leads the former champion Alex Pagulayan of Canada by 9 racks to 6.
Welcome back to the opening round in the knockout stage of the 2019 US Open. It's Pagulayan against Yapp. Yapp is ahead, but Pagulayan is steadily reducing the gap. In the 16th, Yapp broke and enjoyed some luck on the 2 ball, much to the amusement of his opponent. But his luck ran out and Pagulayan cleared to make it 7-9. In the 17th, Pagulayan broke and looked for the run-out, but stumbled on the 7. Yapp was unable to capitalise, and a relieved Pagulayan cleared the remaining balls to go 8-9. The 18th saw Pagulayan on course to level the match, but another mistake proved costly and has taken Yapp to the hill, 1 rack away from a place in the quarterfinals.
2 is down, and he's on the 1. Could this be the beginning of the end?
Yes, it's Pagulayan. Gonna rue that chance he missed there. In this game of pool, sometimes you don't get an opportunity to win. When you do, you have to take them. And Yapp has got his chance here. Just looking where he needs to put this cue ball for the 3. 4 ball does pass. His only issue might be he needs to land straight on this pink 4. If he lands low, he's going to be cannoning into the green 6. So this is key shot in this rack.
This would be the end of the Canadian Challenge in this year's US Open. Eric Hjorleifson also made a big impact. Beat Earl Strickland to knock him out in the loser's side. Eventually lost to Albin Ocean. He was 4 wins away from the single elimination stage by then.
He's put a little bit too much side spin on this. He'd love to have been further to the right of the table. That would have made it practically match over. So now it's a little thin. I don't know if he can pot this and hold for the 6. If he can't, he's going to have to play off a rail or two here to get on. He's loading it up with right hand side, so that tells me. So I was right. He needs to miss the 7. And look at this. All because of that previous shot on the pink 4. So now he needs to pot a good ball here.
We saw him pass a succession of nerve-shredding tests in that vital 18th rack.
Yeah, he's made it hard work for himself here. Needs to pot a good ball.
Extension, please.
I would think he's drawing the cue ball as well off the side rail to come back across into a similar position where the 6 is now. This is as good as match ball, this. And he's missed it. This was all caused from the poor shot on the pink 4. You can't pot your way out of trouble. You just can't keep doing it.
And that changes everything, doesn't it? Because if that shot works out, he probably wins the match 11-8. As it is now, every chance it's going to go 10-9. And as you said, in some respects, that's almost as good as Hill-Hill.
It is, and certainly because Yapp's had an open chance, and this is what I was saying. In 9-ball pool, some tournaments you don't get a chance to win, and he's had his chance to win, and sometimes you don't get another chance to win, so it's exciting times now in the arena. Pagulayan lands a little close to the rail though, but natural angled, so just pot your ball. Pagulayan survived the Yapp chance.
Ooh, look at this. Oh, way too much meat on that. He's finished in a horrible spot.
Yeah, it feels like he's had a big bounce there, but he's playing a bank shot. Right centre. He'll be close to this.
Didn't want to leave himself away that, but he played it. And he's played it perfectly. Alex Pagulayan still lives in this match. And Aloysuis Yapp paying a heavy price for his miss on the 6.
Who'd have thought we'd be at 10-9 in this match. Don't forget, Yapp led the match 8-4. And I tell you what, this is a good break, you know. He's on the 2. He is on the 2.
1's down, 4's down. Nicely on the 2. And not straightforward, Carl, perhaps, to get position on the 3.
No, I'm just wondering if he pots this 2-ball and comes over, will he risk a 3-9 combo?
Well, that would be some way to take us to Hill-Hill.
Yeah, it's very risky, don't get me wrong, but it's quite hard to get on the 3-ball, so it is an option. In fact, I've spotted something else. I think if he plays the cue ball to the centre of the table, he could put the 3 in the bottom right and stun into the 9 ball and possibly make the 9 and be on the 5. Oh, he's perfect here, you know. That's what he's going to play. He's going to stun this 3 ball in the corner. Is he trying to pop both balls? He's not. I didn't think he could do that, but he could, so that's worked out even better. I'm getting excited in here. I can't even do the telestrator at the moment.
Well, this is just the sort of drama we had in mind.
I never seen this coming, did you, Michael? I really didn't.
Well, I mean, with some of the things we've seen across both matches in this session, you can't write anything off.
Now I'm wondering if Alex will be just a bit concerned of where he gets on this 8 ball. You might see him play up towards left side of table. Because he... Oh, John drops the ball there. Even John's feeling it. He drops the cue ball and drops the ball everywhere.
Yeah, that might relieve the tension just a tiny bit. Probably only for a moment, though, because they're still playing for big stakes. But this is what we had in mind, isn't it, when this was all dreamed up by Matchroom and having this fantastic one-table arena from the last 16 on. Matches like this, finishes like this.
Correct. This separates the men from the boys. It's that simple. There you see Alex pointing at that rail. Feels like he had a big bounce. But he can land anywhere up top end of the table here. 9 balls in a lovely spot, so... That's bounced fine, so the shot before was tension. It's hill-hill. I cannot believe it's gone hill-hill.
Well, the last time they were level was at 3-all. Yapp has led all the way since then. It was 8-4 at one stage. But now it's 10-all. It's all on the final rack for a place in the quarter-finals of the US Open in Las Vegas.
He's been breaking well, but it's 10-10. And he's hit him good, you know. He's got a good cue ball in the centre of the table. He's got a shot at the 2. It's a chance. Look at these balls. What a chance. Don't forget, folks, Yapp's had his chance and he didn't convert. It's now Alex Pagulayan's chance to win this match.
Shot at the 2. Not too difficult to get on the 3. They're all there. But we've seen what the tension has done to both players. Pagulayan, even with all his experience, hasn't been immune to it.
That was a good shot. That's set it up well. It really has. I'm just trying to look for Yapp to see if this can go wrong. And it would be very difficult for Alex to not run out here, you feel. Shot from 6 to 7 will be interesting to see what shot he plays. Because if he plays down for the 7 in the middle, if he overruns it a touch, I can't believe he's going to play that shot though. You feel he's going to play for the 7 in the bottom corner. So he is playing that way. Yeah, that's not too bad. Drawing the cue ball off 2 rails into that big open area gives him big margin for area. Sorry. I'm as nervous as he is. It's perfect. You just know this arena is about to erupt. Anything but straight. That's good enough, you know. He's come back and won this match. Unbelievable.
Well, it's only the 4th match in this one-table single elimination stage. But what drama it's given us. And what a tone it's set for these next few days. Wringing every last drop of tension out of it.
Just listen to the crowd. Make sure you don't time fouls.
The Lion will roar again in the quarterfinals. He was 8-4 down. He was heading for defeat, seemingly, at 11-9. But he's turned it around with Alex Pagulayan. He's beaten Aloysuis Yapp 11 racks to 10. And he'll play Jeffrey DeLuna tomorrow for a place in the last 4 of the US Open.
Comeback king Alex Pagulayan joins Filler, Ruiz and DeLuna in the quarterfinals of the Party Poker US Open.